Hey, started out with a dream, turned it into a thing, turned it into a goal. Po' boys diesel, look where we are. Yeah, we ready to fight, we ready to roll. Fighting the cancer, fight for the goals. Cold that we roll, for Mama Po. Shout out to Missy, shout out Baby Po. Can't do it alone, it's all part of the craft. If you viewing at home, then you part of the family. Yeah, it's Po' boys diesel, BWB, the dragon drive tool, black smoke and DIY for cold.
Let's get started and let the coal roll.
Alright guys, so we got a little video going on right now. It's like I mentioned, it's a Sunday and got a little bored, so I wanted to make sure I got a little something on film for you guys. We're going to be working on the Battleaxe, as you guys can see here. Yeah, we're going to be working on the AC components. Definitely need to replace this bad boy right here. As you guys can see, that unit is completely boogered up. And come on, we just put a brand new intercooler from Rudy's. We got that 6.0 transmission cooler down there. And we definitely are replacing, as you can see it's not there, but we got a aluminum radiator for her as well, so why leave that thing looking like that anyway. Also, we did notice that we had a leak on the main lines. These lines that come from here, they follow through here and they run all the way up into the compressor. And if you guys could see, let me see if I could, there we go. Yeah, that area right there had chafed off and it was leaking. Apparently they had already put some of that leak detecting fluid, that green stuff. It was seeping out through there a little bit, and the AC had stopped. I mean, it didn't stop cooling, but it wasn't cooling like it was when I first got it. So, you know, whenever you go buy a vehicle, the seller tries to boost it up a little bit. They'll shoot in there all the freon they could get in there to make sure that when you test it out, it's all nice and cool. And it works great. I mean, after all, it does have a brand new compressor. It isn't a Ford one, no, but that compressor has been replaced, and you can tell it was recent. And it really does cool very well. But we have a leak, and obviously this is all boogered up, so we're gonna go ahead and do everything possible to start replacing some parts. So you guys know, we have some big drives coming up with this unit right here, because we got to go take some cores and pick up afterwards the engine that's going to be built for one of the projects starting off. And well, we want to make sure she's as roadworthy as she can be, so I'm gonna get to it. Love you guys. Let's go. Alright guys, so we got all the spider removed. Right there, the intake spider is out. I did find a lot of oil down in the valley area. More than likely is the EBPV from the pedestal or something leaking out there, or it could even be the H-pop in the back. But we're going to be revising everything to make sure it's all taken care of. I gotta say, there's a lot of issues here with the wiring. You could tell here, this wire was cut. It's spliced and everything, never covered. It was just left hanging there. The whole harness looks pretty beat up, to be honest, the engine harness. Yeah, you can see some metal shining through there. And the plug for the valve cover gasket was actually just on there. It was basically hanging on to its life. And you could tell on the gasket itself down here that the clips are actually broken off the tabs, so it was basically just hanging on there for dear life. So far everything seems okay. I did check the shaft of the turbo, and there seems to be no play on it. Sorry about the airplane, but everything is going smoothly. Like I said, it is kind of late. We're starting to lose some sunlight. I do have some lights on the camera and stuff, but I don't know how far I'll take it today due to the fact that we're losing the daylight, and being under the canopy makes it a little bit darker. That's one of the negative sides of things. But let's see here if we can get a quick shot of the shaft down there. You won't be able to see it, but there's no play whatsoever, which means that turbo was probably maintained before I just took it apart, or before I took everything here apart right now. So everything down there looks pretty good. However, it's gonna have to come out. Like I said, I saw a lot of oil in the valley. We're gonna go ahead and try to remove that turbo. You guys know these turbos are no joke to remove, and we definitely want to make sure that we don't break anything on the process. Those bolts are kind of old and rusty, and the worst thing that can happen is a bolt snapping right smack in the middle of you trying to get some progress done. Anyway, I'll cut back to it. See you soon. Alright guys, so we were able to get the turbo off. It wasn't too bad. As always though, there's always that V-band in the back from the manifold, or the up pipes, that gives you a little trouble. But as long as you take off the bolt, it kind of makes it a little bit easier. I used a little pry bar to unlatch it from the bottom side. I personally recommend that those get changed. You know, whenever you take out a turbo, go ahead and put a new one. It's a couple bucks, so why not? You know, it'll avoid you troubles. Plus, you don't want any leaks. Might as well. But the turbo, as you can see here, yeah, still it has a big head from Banks. The turbo impeller seems to be factory. Let me get some light on the subject here. There we go. You can see here that the what do you call it? The blade itself is a factory blade. Nothing bad. There's no shaft play whatsoever. None. And I'm looking around to see all over it. And you could tell those gaskets there, or the little O-rings, had failed. Especially the bigger one there. It had failed. So there was some little bit of oil seeping from there. You can see on there that there's quite a bit of oil, but that's definitely coming from elsewhere, and we're gonna investigate that. Put our inspector gadget thing in, check it out, Penny. Alrighty, let me put this beast away and I'll continue filming for a little bit. Alright guys, so we were able to remove the pedestal. As you can see here, we did have a major leak going on. It was actually coming from the solenoid side. It usually comes out from this area here when the seals go out, or over on the other side through this little shaft here that actuates the little flapper on the back of the turbo housing. But yeah, we got a delete pedestal that's going in. We also have the EBPV delete for the back housing of the turbo, just to make sure that everything, you know, lasts us a long time with fewer issues. I did find a whole bunch of stuff down there. The drain was actually clogged. I found some baling wire in there that I guess they had used to try to unclog it. But I mean, the whole valley was full. I have to say it was partially the pedestal, but I also think that we're having issues with the H-pop, the high pressure oil pump gasket. So I think I'm just gonna do the wrong thing. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the H-pop and check it out. I'll probably send it out and get something a little better to replace it. But I think I'm gonna call it a night for tonight. I am gonna cover up the oil galleys, that way nothing gets in there. And yeah, we'll go from there. But so far, so good. Everything has been going pretty smooth. The only hard part for me is with all my back issues and stuff, I can't really bend in certain directions. So you guys probably saw me being a contortionist and getting inside the engine bay with one leg hanging outside, one leg supporting myself with that little cross member there, and sitting over here basically. I have my bum sitting on the wheel well, which this is basically a fender liner. This ain't even sturdy. But yeah, that's how I got in there. That's the only way I was able to manage to do what I did. I am in a great deal of pain, I'll tell you that much. But hey, most importantly is that I don't give up, and that you don't give up. Always keep trying, keep pushing, no matter what. So I'm gonna cut it off here for tonight. I love you guys. God bless you. And let the cold roll.
Yes, Paul.